Domo, welcome everybody. Today we are playing protoViolence. Ah, yes, Domo, welcome Diablo, just in time. Ah, yes, in YouTube per. Domo, welcome. Yes, just in time, everybody. Yes, Catpog. Where is Kitty? He was beating up a fish the last time I looked at him. I don't know what he's doing now. Yeah, get them dancing bears ready for, the child experimentations that are to come. So yeah, this is a prequel to the escape room game I played on Wednesday. That was an escape room game. This is just the kinetic novel. There's like one ending, that's it. So I figured since we played that, we'll just go through this and all that. Also, it turns out I'm fucking blind. Cause when I was playing, Malviolence, which is the other one, I couldn't figure out how to adjust the volumes. I was very confused. Turns out, on the right-hand side, there was a bar where I could have scrolled up and down, and I didn't realize that. So that was totally my bad. That was not the developer's fault, that was me being blind. So, that was definitely my bad. At least now I have it set up so, the voice is cranked out, the music's cranked out, so everything should be okay. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started now. As this is a prequel, don't worry if you didn't see my Wednesday stream. You can check out my YouTube. The VOD should be up there. There you go. I'll put that for you if anyone wants to see it. It's partially voice acted, so I'll read whatever's not voice acted. Yeah, you're welcome, of course. That's what the VOD channel's for. Among other things. It's like right now it's my dumping grounds for everything. Over 2 decades ago, Dr. Iris Kai wrote me a recommendation for an up-and-coming international security agency. At the time, I was overjoyed just to be on track. Yeah, the dumpy grounds. Like, I'm not big enough yet to have, like, 2-3 separate channels for things. When I get big and make money, that's a whole different story. Get into a growing field early, do good science while the fires of invention are still hot, then dip out when distinction before the coals grow cold. Yeah, every VTuber needs 17 channels, exactly. Oh, Domo Group, welcome back! How you doing? Just in time, we just got started. Welcome, how you doing? Well, let's put it this way. The first time my name showed up as a footnote in a cybernetics textbook, I called my parents and invited my friends to dinner at my family favorite restaurant. Almost said family restaurant. You just got home? Okay, great. Yeah, I'm playing a prequel visual novel to a game I played on Wednesday, so if you didn't see that, that's okay, because you're not going to miss anything, because it's a prequel. So just kick back and relax and enjoy me doing the readings. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Half a year ago, when I got a write-up in the East Coast Medicine Review, I didn't even open the copy they sent me. So when Iris announced her retirement, I assumed her ennui was a little more advanced than my own. Sounds like a good idea. Working, but it is what it is. Understandable. Absolutely understandable. Gotta get that paycheck. It was a nice party. She was surrounded by friends and coworkers, lauded by her peers and praised by her subordinates. Yet the whole time she looked hollow. Fear of retirement, I theorized. I couldn't have been farther from the truth. Stop! The organization I've dedicated my life to has always been in the forefront of cybernetics. The bleeding edge, some would say. We took risks, but it was for the greater good. For the greater good! And we were grateful to every volunteer and veteran that assist us. But now they're pushing all the wrong boundaries. Uh-oh. And now, taking science, my science, in a cruel new direction that I cannot abide. They be putting in transplants. Let's see, the YTDI notes, new program deployed based on my cybernetic research. Angie is part of the research experiments on quadruple underlined children. All right. Because of the fruits of my research are being used to experiment on children. Now italicized. But it's like we got the italicized here and the underlined here. So this is very important. I can't fathom how stop got so far out of hand. But I can find out. I'm not powerless. The architects behind these programs aren't fools. If I could present a proper case against this, show them the pain hidden between the numbers and the suffering they're whitewashing over in pursuit of percentage points, I have hope that things can still be made right. But that hope is dwindling. I thought I granted peace to the world with my research. Maybe all I did was read the new Neuro. Who's Neuro? Sorry for messaging you at this hour. Couldn't sleep. Having second thoughts? No. My transfer's already been approved. Next Monday, I'm entering the Youth Training and Development Initiative as Superior, but... Okay, so that's what YTDI is. Youth Training and Development Initiative. The children's! But... Iris, you've worked with STOP longer than I have. Can you tell me anything about the YTDI? Nothing that'll help you sleep. Joke's on you, I never sleep. Well, that's reassuring. I still can't believe this is happening. STOP's full of scientists, not... Good scientists follow the science wherever it leads, right? And I recall a brilliant researcher concluding years ago that the younger the patient, the better the cybernetic sync rate. That research was intended for STOP agents. Volunteers. Heroes, if you prefer. Not anyone under the age of 18. Oh, Domo Cosmic, welcome. Just in time. We just got started. Yeah, it's like basically, we're playing the prequel novel to the escape room game I played on Wednesday. It's kinetic, so there's only like one ending. Is this the game you mentioned before? Yeah, I did mention this before, yeah. Well, the higher-ups would beg to differ. They tell you that they're providing these trainees with an education and a guaranteed future. I could scroll. But yeah, basically we found out from this already that YTDI stands for Youth Training and Development Initiative. So they're experimenting on the children's! Worth an eye or an ear, right? I could choose resolution today. Okay, good. Twitch feels like working today. Thank God. I don't want this to be my legacy, Iris. Where's the greater good in grafting dangerous tech on the children? When STOP was founded, that good was clear. Back when the world was in turmoil and cybernetics were getting slapped onto terrorists and madmen in vet clinics and garages. STOP put an end to that. We put an end to that. Yeah, the Iris person we're talking about is the person that got us this job, and we developed the cybernetic stuff, so we're just like, why are they doing it to the children's? I didn't want it to be for the children's. And then we kept going, so it wouldn't happen again. Like I said, not the best topic of conversation if you're looking to put your mind at ease. But do try to get some rest anyway, Deidre. Okay, so we're playing as, the supervillain, flaming lady from Malviolence. From the sounds of it, you have a long week ahead of you. I'll do my best. May 13th, 27X. Yeah, Dr. Danger! We're getting the villain origin story of Dr. Danger. My honest first impression. This is beautiful. Natural light trickles through frosted glass, enveloping the courtyard below a warm, soft glow. From the bridge I'm on, I can even see green. Grass, flowers, trees, an oasis of natural beauty full of life, and full of laughing children. I can't help but wonder if I made a wrong turn. There aren't any stark surgical scrubs or hospital gowns, and the air smells clean, not disinfected. But inevitably, my eyes are drawn towards the towering column that pierces the building's center. It's a dark monument, one with few doors, no windows, and a very heavy shadow. My skin prickles. It's full of pickles. What purpose could... What? Not lost already, are you? My train of thought's grim path is cut short by a familiar husky voice. Hello?
Angie, it's wonderful to see you again.
Oh yeah, this one also has partial voice acting, so I'm like, we'll just let it go. Same to you, Deidre. As usual, Angie is formal, but I recognize the warmth in her words. It's been a long time since we've talked face to face. For sure. I didn't think we'd get to work together again. But not every career path's a straight line, right? No, definitely not. Happy as I am to be working with you, I was surprised to learn that you wanted to transfer here. I always thought of you as... married to the craft of cybernetics and nothing else. I was going to say squeamish. I suppose there's more to me than meets the eye. I suppose there is. I understand you're planning to write a case study on the work we're doing here at the YTDI. Funny. You've always been more interested in theory than application. Then again, you've always been a pioneer as well. I mean, it's a new program based on my research. Yeah, it's fun to stay at the YTDI. It's fun to stay at the YTDI. You can get a machine and the cyber new joy. It's fun for the girls and boys. Alright. Oh no, I think it's fantastic having you of all people here. Going out of your way to help us improve the YTDI. That's a dream come true for all of us. In fact, no. I don't want to get too deep into discussion on your first day. Your time's valuable, so... how about I give you a tour? Oh! Well, I did request one, but you don't have to. No, trust me. There's a lot here, more than we could cover in one day. But we should be able to go over the basics. Places, permissions, practice standards, that sort of thing. And who better to help you find your footing than an old colleague? Alright. Where to first? Awesome! I'm not a professional tour guide, but I'd say the courtyard would be the best place to start. Lead the way! It's like, oh, she seems so nice. So that's why there's so much greenery. Of course! We want our trainees to be as healthy as possible, both physically and mentally. And while it might be hard to see the benefits on an MRI, being around trees and plants really does do wonders for the brain. For instance, several... Or is it gonna cut off again? Yeah, it cuts off. It's doing that thing again. It's like blah 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 cybernetics. No, Anji, I believe you. Actually, I think I feel it myself. We installed it for all the trainees' sakes, but if it helps the staff stay sane as well, that's a nice bonus. That reminds me, you should see the classrooms too. So we'll take these stairs and go through these doors. Oh, after you, of course. If we Just go down this hallway. It's big empty halls. We're here. Bit of a walk, isn't it? Must be easy to get lost. I suppose. You get used to it. Anyways, this is where the trainees get educated. Oh, domo time, Worm Gecko. Welcome. How you doing? Oh. And what does that involve? Well, we've got all the core essentials. Math, literacy, self-defense, and phys ed. Pardon? Physical education. No, I mean self-defense? Huh? Oh, don't make that face. It's not that serious. Everybody is an enemy of mine today, except Try. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the rest of your weekend works out okay. Gym mats and padded gloves and whatnot. At their age, the trainees couldn't hurt each other even if they tried. And do they ever try to hurt each other? Eh? Violence? The world's a dangerous place. Our trainees know that better than most their age. I'm still trying to convince her she's adorable, even though she keeps disagreeing. I told her that I'll tell her she's adorable every day for the rest of her life until she finally agrees with me. Good luck with that. The earlier we teach them how to protect themselves, the better off they'll be. I suppose you're right. But it's not all schoolwork and drills. The trainees get to do fun stuff too. Today is day 4. Well, good luck with that. Maybe even if it takes a week, or a month, or even a year, I believe in you, Talmum Gecko. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I mean, we passed an arts and crafts center just a moment ago. Bongo Cat. You should see some of the stuff they make in here. We might have the next Mark Rothko or Agnes Martin in our hands. I have no idea who those are. She's always doing adorable things. Changing to Gummy Wormy. Oh, that's cute. Ew, Gummy Worm. I nod as if I know who those people are. Okay, so I'm not the only one that has no idea who they are. Fine art was never a favorite subject of mine. Well, I'll have to check it out another time. Well, you ought to. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Want to observe a trainee for your case study, correct? Yes, that's right. Why do you ask? Well, we've got a class going on right now. Should be literacy at this time of day. You were suggesting I choose my case study subject right now? Could give you a much better idea of what we do, seeing how the trainees actually go about their day. Huh. Come on, look over here. Don't worry, they won't notice us. They're all preoccupied with writing exercises, it looks like. Sorry, I don't bring up a... You can... at this point, you can say who it is, Gecko. I shall give you permission this one time. Just because I'm curious. But I appreciate you being considerate. This is a classroom? I've been in medical libraries with more noise. Well behaved, aren't they? You can thank the core curriculum designers for that. Our trainees are showing a 34% increase in memory retention compared to a same-age control group. Short and long term. That's very impressive. Isn't it? The bell could ring right now and they'd still be glued to their work. If this was any other education program, they'll be filling with their fine liners, gazing at the clock, doodling the margins. Price now? Okay, cool. I've never heard of them. But maybe that'll change very soon. Like that child over there? Right, that one. He's a bit of an outlier, statistically. They're an adorable pink fruit bat. Oh, that's cute. Really? But I thought your cooking was... Well, it's not 100% effective. Sometimes you get stragglers. You mean Fox? Okay. I'll probably bring up other streamers. I'll know the streamer's channel is good relationship with the one I'm mentioning. Yeah, if it's like Miss Seneca, that's fine. It's like I just put the don't bring up other people rule in here just so people are like, "Oh my god, you need to watch this person." And then they start comparing that person to me. Like, I don't want to encourage that kind of behavior, so that's just why I don't have that as a rule. That's all. It's a courtesy thing. But we don't leave them behind. All they need is a little extra motivation. There, the teacher's already taken notice. The only thing I compare you to her is she's pink and you're red. Yeah, so we're part of a similar color palette. He's taken her to the front of the classroom? Is he being yelled at? Yelled at? The teacher might be raising their voice. Hold on. Why are the other children going up with him? They didn't do anything wrong. I shall now call her Shaft Lulu. Okay. Mean pink like Cosmic's name and you're red like lava. Oh, okay. Show. That works for me. I think lava is hot. Well, that's the extra motivation I was talking about. You do be pink. Pink's a nice color. All new trainees get sorted into squadrons. Squadrons? Like soldiers? Like birds, I'd say. They're close-knit. We expect each squadron to fly at roughly the same pace. So if one member underperforms, the entire group is made aware of it. I know it looks a little inflexible, but they're better off learning these rules early. I'm not sure about that. Oh! Hello! Oh, you're so cute! I think that's malviolence. Like back when he was such a sweet, innocent little boy. Yeah, it's like, there he is! Yeah, it's caution. He smiled at me. Oh, they're supposed to stand perfectly still for a full 5 minutes, so that's... Might have to refocus. I've made my decision. Oh, good! So which trainee? I want that boy to be my subject. Of course. The team name for caution and danger. Yeah, malviolence is the name of the group, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Why him specifically? I can't give a concrete answer. I suppose I'm going with my gut. That's not very scientific. Then why don't we call it an intuitive choice made by one of the world's leading cybernetics researchers? Right. But as I said, that particular trainee is something of an statistical outlier. Then taking a closer look at him should help us correct any inefficiencies in the program, no? It's like, heaven forbid a child smiles at you, my god. I suppose I can't argue with that. He's so cute. Baby. So small. Alright, D. These are his quarters. You're certain this is the one you want to use for your case study? Again, I've made my decision on G. Right. Just wanted to confirm. Trainee C0-458. Could you come here, please? I want to introduce you to someone. She's a visitor. One just for you.
Huh? A visitor?
Try to be quick, though. She's a very busy lady with a lot to get done today.
He's your boy. Oh! Wait a minute. You're the lady I saw in class.
Indeed she is. What's S4-174 doing behind you?
You got a grill?
Yep.
Cherie?
I think that's probably how you speak.
Cherie wanted to come, so I let her.
What a good friend you are. But this meeting's just for you, C0-458. So S4-154, you're free to. Is this that big of a deal, Anji? I don't think there's any harm meeting.
Roommate!
Right. Then why don't you introduce yourself to the lady?
Well, allow me.
Please try to keep it short. We only have so much time. That face. So cute.
Nice to meet ya. I'm Pavel.
Pavel! Hello, Pavel.
She won. I wonder if that's where. Probably, yeah. They're probably giving each other names.
Oh, most of the people here only call me CO458.
Yes, hello, Pavel. Hello.
A serial number. Standard procedure. It's how we keep data collection unbiased. Plus, the first class had like 3 Emmas and 4 Quins, so. Right.
What about you, lady? What's your name?
Well, Gee, how do I respond? I've never worked with children before. You can give them your name, no big deal. They might remember their names from before. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Yeah, she is very cute. The trainees like to call me Dr. Anji. Got it. Then you can call me Dr. Deidre if you want.
Dr. Deidre? Dr. Deidre. Dr. Deidre! That's a nice name. Has anyone ever told you that?
Not, recently.
Oh. Oh! Do you want to introduce yourself too? Well, the floor's all yours.
The name reminds you of Alpha Century. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reference. Hello? I'm, Shiria. Okay, so it is her actual name.
You got this, Shiri. Look, Dr. Deidre's waiting to you. Shiri is my roommate. Normally we'd stick together. If I'm around, chances are she is too.
I see. Are you too close?
Oh, we're besties. We never go anywhere without each other. Except for class. I wish we were in different squads.
AD? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid we don't have all the time in the world. Lady Deidre Sky was an Echo Terror, so maybe? Yeah. It could be, yeah. Unless you want to skip out on the research labs for today? No, I do want to see them. Let me just wrap up here. It's lovely to meet you. CO4-458. Thought that was a 0, but whatever. Starting next week, I'll be interviewing you.
Interviewing me? About what?
To be honest, I haven't quite decided yet. But I think I'd like to talk about your hobbies. Your classmates, your future. Lots of things like that.
Oh! I'd do that. But I'm confused. Why me?
That's a good question. Because I picked you specifically.
Why'd you pick me specifically?
Oh, no, he can't say words. He's just like me, for real, for real. Oh. Yeah, because you smile cutely. Exactly. We're working on brilliant scientific logic. The science says you are a cutie patootie.
That's the word.
Well, you stood out in class. I saw you and I thought you'd be interesting to talk to.
Makes sense. My teacher says I'm like a dandelion in a field full of roses.
That's one way of putting it.
But wait, what about...
Your friend? I promise you won't be alone for long. That's one way to describe Deidre's bodily instinct. Yeah. Once I'm done talking to you, you can go back to what do kids do these days? I haven't seen them around in so long. Back to playing. Did I guess right? Oh, thank God.
Sound reasonable?
Yeah. It's a deal.
Yeah!
So cute. Ah. Trying to use the scene transitions as a way to drink water, and then I dropped the cap. Oops. Sorry if I rushed you a bit back there. Where'd the cap even... I don't know where the cap even went. Oh, God. Where is it? Okay, I found it. It didn't drop on the floor. It dropped on my, I have, like, a keyboard drawer thing that I have pulled out. It fell in there. I realized I might have come across as grouchy earlier. It's just... We've all been working a lot of hours lately. It wears on you, you know.
Oh no, Angie, it's fine.
What fell? Oh, the bottle cap to my water. I got it, though. It's not like I was much better in the past. Oh God, don't remind me. When you were taking lead on artificial spleen development, it was like you were in a trance. If I gave you one little tap on the shoulder, you'd snap like a cobra on a rake. Yes, I remember how you put it. Those were long days. By the time we pushed through, I never wanted to see another culture sample as long as I lived. Here, here. Hi, kitty. So, Angie, about those research labs. Right, right. From here, the fastest route would be... Oh, you want to come on my lap? Pop, 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 pop.
Kitty? Kitty on lap? Yeah, pet kitty. If he comes on my lap. Make up your mind, my child. I'm patting my lap. There he goes. All right, pets for kitty. Yay.
Case study report. 51327X. Initial advisory report. Oh, it has been advertised as a youth education program. It is now my understanding the purpose of the Youth Training and Development Initiative is to prepare its trainees for cybernetic enhancement and eventual employment within STOP. While it is known that biotech synchronization rates are inversely correlated to age, the side effects on individuals below the age of 18 are not fully understood at this time and may be more severe than they would be on an adult mind and body.
Kitty wants you a hug. Mwah, kiss it for kitty.
Furthermore, I have ethical concerns about the purpose of the program and how its participants are selected. As supervisor, it is my intent to observe the YTDI's operations and ensure that the health and well-being of its trainees are properly upheld. As part of my duties, I intend on engaging in a focused case study of trainee 50-458 to observe his development under the YTDI's curriculum. For compliance purposes, our one-on-one conversations will be recorded. Dr. Deidre Destrange. June 13th, 27X. Oh, I get to click on stuff. Okay. Use your mouse to explore. Magnifying glass, interact with something. What will you learn about Doctor Strange? There's only like one thing to click on. Are those fruit stickers? Missed you singing because Twitch had a small Twitch. Don't worry, it's like for the hell of it, I might make that like the gag. All right, intro. Deidre's report. Once Deidre's case study is finished, she'll send these documents to STOP's higher ups. She hopes her findings will shut the YTDI down. Case study report. 6/12/27X. This report marks the 1-month point of trainee 50-458's case study. In this time, I have observed several facets of the YTDI's operations and now believe that I have a firm grip of the day-to-day activities of the trainees. The majority of the trainees selected for the YTDI come from orphanages. Upon arrival at the YTDI, I'll stop for now, trainees are separated into squads similar to the ones utilized by stop field agents. Formal education takes place entirely within these squads. It involves tuition in literacy, mathematics, self-defense, etc. Outside the classroom, trainees have access to several extracurricular activities including craft work, sports, and video games. Yeah, it's like, don't want to overdo it. All these activities are beneficial for fostering bonds and growth between children. I find it notable that they overlap with activities undertaken by stop operatives in the recovery period after the implementation of new cybernetics. This includes sewing for hand-eye coordination, video games for reaction speed, etc. Yeah, that's like it's going to occur a lot. Well, that is the main point of it. This is where BB. The standard of care appears to be at least sufficient. C0-458 has expressed that it is a significant improvement over his previous lodgings. Still, I have some questions to raise with Dr. Tan later. Dr. Deidre Strange. Okay. Intro, Deidre's diary. Like many academics, Deidre has thoughts about herself and the world around her. This is where she writes them. June 6, 27X. Part of me just wants my thoughts to blow with the wind. Putting them to paper will have to do for now. Yeah, she could have gone by Dr. Strange. Besides, all the blue light was making my eyes ache. The trainees are all orphans. I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that the YTDI isn't much different from a standard boarding school, militaristic dressing aside. Compared to how Stop's first few batches of field agents were housed, the accommodations here are downright luxurious. Still, that's comparing volunteer soldiers to abandoned children. A strange analogy, to put it mildly. And for some reason, the trainees' meals consist of lab strip, and only lab strip. Why? It's true that lab strip contains all the nutrients they need to grow healthy and strong, but it's intended for typical in vitro test subjects. I've seen the size of the budgets that Stop works with. They can definitely afford to feed these children real food. Get them an apple. Some crackers. Peanut butter. At least the education is world class. Clearly Stop's spending was put to good use there. One time Anji took me to a literacy lesson. Out of the blue, she asked a trainee to recite part of King Lear, and the girl belted it out like it was on a switch. I don't know how useful that skill was, but it was definitely impressive. Another time, the two of us watched as a teacher taught a squadron field pharmacy in the courtyard. If someone eats this mushroom, how would you counteract its effects with only the items in your bags? How long do they have before their airways close? It was intense to say the least. At times, the teacher's questions felt more like threats. But the building itself is immaculate, practically sparkling. If my shoes track dirt as I walk in, it's wiped away by the time I walk out. Even Stop headquarters doesn't antagonize over cleanliness to this extent. I just wish they showed that much care for the trainees themselves. Like that boy, C0-458. For formal reasons, I can't mention it in recording sessions. I know his name is Pavel. Is taking his name necessary? Are they that concerned about observer bias? He's an orphan. His name might be the only thing his parents ever gave him. I scrub it away like it's something dirty. A stain to be removed. Yeah, get him some carbonara, exactly. The boy's lonely, too. Yes, he has Shiria, but she isn't part of the squadron. His pre-assigned social group. Squad mates exclude him outside of class. They don't let him play with them, so C0-458 is often in the arts and crafts center, sewing or knitting by himself. Not much better in class. Kids roll their eyes when he's paired up with them for group tasks. Sometimes they'll go behind his back and ask for teacher if they can swap for anyone else. Thankfully, the teachers never concede to, I was gonna say Pavel's squad mates, but that hasn't stopped them from asking anyway. I think a lot of this could be solved if the kids weren't pitted against each other. All the trainees have their hobbies, but Pavel doesn't have much else. I know he likes superheroes, so I'll bring him some comics from the YTTI's library. Knowing Stop, I suspect the books there are vetted. There's still a chance I might find something that'll make him smile. Maybe I could even use it to teach him. It certainly doesn't seem like any of his actual teachers are interested in personalizing the learning experience. Yeah, so much for No Child Left Behind, am I right? I also bought a pack of stickers for him. Do children his age think grape stickers are cool? So that's what the fruit stickers are for. That's so nice. Happy's so hairy. I pet him and oh my god. A literal hairball is floating in the air. Oh god. What am I doing? No child psychologist. Couldn't even qualify as a pediatrician. Jumped into the deep end with this case study, didn't I? If I weren't senior Stop staff, I'd probably be sacked by now. Maybe Grip is lame. You gonna sneeze? Not yet. I think it's time to get off, kitty. It's been like 10 minutes. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, goodbye. Maybe orange is the way to go. God, I don't know anymore. And I have hair on my face. Tell Taffy he's a fuzzy baby? Taffy, Cosmic said you're a fuzzy baby. Where'd you go? I'm looking for him. Where'd he go? He disappeared. Oh, there he is. Taffy, you're a fuzzy boy. There he goes. He vamoosed. Yeah, he's right there. He came back. Intro Deidre's computer, an old PC maintained with love. This is where Deidre keeps recording interviews for her case study. Interview with Pavel. What kitty? June 12th, 27X.
All right, CO458. I've started recording.
He's so happy.
Before you fall over from all that wiggling.
Yay!
I'm just super excited.
I'm glad to hear that. Uh-huh. But, you can relax. We're just talking today. Really? Phew. My cheeks are all numb from all that grinning. I can imagine. In fact, I think I did the same thing in my school photos. You did? I guess so. No, I stopped because, well, it made me look... like a dork? It's pretty harsh. How'd you...
You still kinda do. Meh.
Ahem. Okay. Have you been called something like that before? Dork. Dork.
No, never. Well, maybe a few times.
Dork isn't an insult. It depends on the context, honestly.
But the other kids don't know anything, so it's their loss.
What don't they know?
When I grow up, I'm gonna be super famous and super pretty, and I'm gonna have 1 billion friends.
I'll cross my fingers for you. We're starting to veer off topic, and I only have so much time, so why don't I ask you some things?
Okay.
What do you want to know? For today, I have 3 questions.
Pop quiz, huh? Okay. I'm ready to go.
Great! Now let me just get my papers out. There we go. First question. How did you come to join the YTDI?
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, before you became a trainee, where'd you live?
Well,
Yeah, I just fixed my posture, but yeah.
I lived in an orphanage.
Oh. What was that like?
I don't remember much. But it was pretty lonely.
There weren't many others there?
No, there was a whole bunch of us. We shared rooms and beds and the adult attention.
So you weren't treated as an individual?
Yeah, I wasn't. A lot of us ran around and it was pretty noisy, but I was always bored. It wasn't meal time, school time, or chore time. I was stuck in the common room with most of the others. And because we had to share so much, we fought all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Like one time I wanted to play with the Scrabble board. Another girl said I couldn't have it, because all I did was trace the board's grid with my fingers.
Oh, so it's the one where because there are Scrabble boards where that you can that has like the grid popped up, so you don't have to worry about the tiles like shifting around. Like that version is really nice and convenient.
So I said to her, "No, that's how you play Scrabble."
And she said,
"You're always doing stuff wrong." And then I made a face at her. And then she pulled my hair. And then
I'm assuming you both got in trouble? Totally did.
yeah. I scratched her and she started crying. So I got punished. I found the rule book later. She was right. I was playing the game wrong. I said sorry, but the way I played was fun too.
Interesting. How were you picked for the YTDI? You seem different from the other trainees. At least compared to the others in your squadron.
I don't know. One day, these people in white clothes came to the orphanage. They didn't want to play or talk or anything. They just watched us for a week or so. Then this lab person told me and a bunch of other kids that we had a bright future ahead of us. And then they brought us here.
You must have come from a world away, huh?
I don't think so. I fell asleep on the bus because I couldn't sleep the night before. When we got here, it wasn't even lunchtime.
I see.
Well, let's move on to the next question.
Are you getting along with your squadron?
We're all supposed to get along with our squadron.
I guess that lines up with what Anji told me. But it's okay. You can be honest with me.
Okay. Most of my squad mates are boring apple polishers. They hate me because the teachers get mad at me and make us stay in class for an extra 10 minutes.
You're right. There is a lot of talking, but it's nice. That do be how visuals go.
It's not my fault class is dull. It's not like my doodles are bothering anyone.
Did you know that Did you know any of your squad mates back at the orphanage?
No. For some reason, I was put in a different squad from everyone else I knew.
Squad sorting must be done randomly, trying to avoid pre-established social grouping? Sorry, just had to jot something down. What about your roommate? What do you think of her?
Roommate. You mean Ishiri? Well, she's been quiet most of the time. Once you get to know her, she's really smart and kind. And most importantly, she's my best friend.
You told me that when you introduced her to me.
Yeah. She's also my first friend.
And I guess my only one.
When class is done, we talk about whatever we want and do things together. Oh, and she teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Tutoring?
Like a few weeks ago, she taught me how to do my hair.
Huh. So that's why you have a hairband there. Oh, so maybe the reason why he wears those clothes in Malviolence is because he was inspired by her.
Uh-huh. I wear it all the time now.
Is there anything else you do together?
Huh. Filing and coloring books, playing Mary Mac or A Sailor Went to Sea. Oh, and we read. Though Shiri is way better than me at it. Like, way better.
Here's open that as a memento of that friend. We can only pray. Pray for the children's. I heard the teacher say she was 2 reading levels ahead of the rest of her squad. Wow, that's really impressive.
I know, right? She's so cool.
Which brings me to my third and final question. When Shinri is not around, what do you like doing in your spare time?
Sewing and knitting. When it's break time, I go into the arts and crafts room and make stuff. So far, I've made a placemat and a hairband and a scarf. I can show you them sometime if you want.
Maybe another time.
Guy, just let me know when you change your mind. Actually, there's one more thing I like doing. The teachers say it's not proper. Shoot. The word's right on the tip of my tongue. I know because with L and...
Is it literature?
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, I like reading comics. There's a lot less words than Sharia's books, but they're filled with cool pictures. Wish my art was that cool.
Well, you do know what they say, right? Practice makes perfect. If you keep going, you'll get where you need to be.
I'm one step ahead of you. That's why I doodle in class, so I can get good fast.
Is there anything else you enjoy doing?
Well, there's lots of stuff I want to try, but as in homework's always in the way. Blech.
I'm sorry. I hope you can get more free time in the future.
Yeah, me too.
So, that's all the questions I have. I'm comfortable stopping here.
Huh? You're leaving already?
Oh, yes, I'm afraid I'm still playing catch up with work.
Playing?
No, you know I have a class and...
Oh, I got it. You've got homework too, huh? You seem like a very busy lady, Dr. Diedrich.
More so than usual. But I should have enough time to dig out my Scrabble board.
You have a Scrabble board?
I do, right in my basement. Storage. Either way, I'll find it. You can play it in whichever way you want.
Really?
Huh? You shouldn't underestimate me, though. You're talking to a Scrabble champion. Or, ex-champion. It's been a while since I've played. Whoa! Scrabble champion. Yes, I am deliberately saying the thing that they're deliberately saying to avoid copyright because I like Scrabble. You can't stop me. Does anyone play Scrabble anymore? I want to play Scrabble. I like Scrabble. I really do have to go now. But here, please take this. Consider it a thank you of sorts. You've never played it? Do you even know what it is?
Oh, there's the grape sticker. What? What is this?
It's a special kind of sticker. If you scratch it...
Whoa! It smells like grapes!
Okay, so you do know what it is. Yeah, it sure does. It is cool. Thank you, Dr. Teacher. And thank you for talking with
I'll
me.
see you next week. Yes?
Keep bringing in awesome stuff like this, and I'll talk to you every day.
I like how his little a hangout thing turned into a heart. It's similar to Rumi Cup, which I've never heard of. But yeah, Domo dealt Silverside, welcome. Ah. Not a hangout, a hoge. And a hoge is like the thing on top of the head in anime. Pretty sure I'm saying it correctly. That everything? No, wait. Deidre's phone. Sometimes Deidre needs Iris to lend her an ear. As Deidre's former supervisor, what advice can Iris give her? Craft Center was nice. I mean, that's gotta be a good sign, right? A good sign and a good thing are different matters.
Are you gonna turn on the evil voice? Like, really not a good idea for a visual novel, but okay. We'll do it for like 10 minutes. The red eyes can last much longer. Come on, help me out here. Help isn't what you're texting for, is it? But yes, there you go, evil times. Besides, I'm a lot more concerned about the militaristic traditions you've reported. You don't earn points instant get rid of all your tiles. Oh, okay. Left with the gun! Actually, while we're here, I could decrease the mixing actually so you can hear me better.
How's that? Does that sound more coherent? Or should I go back? Like, does it still sound evil yet more coherent? Does it sound worse? Better? Better? Okay. Because I have the window open. That's why I was like, you know what? I know every time it's. Oh, I'm like, let me adjust it now. Once I did change, I lowered mix. I had it at 75 and I lowered it to 50. I didn't mess with anything else. So pitch is at 50, I have volume at 70. But yeah, if you needed to mess with it anymore, just let me know. That can change. And every time you critique some part of the YTDI, Dr. Tan seems to resist. Anji's always been pretty rigid. He's not a bad person. If you enter the voice box, you can increase the voice lab, the intelligible. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Is the voice box. That's what I did. He's not a bad person, just very by the books. Dr. Tan is an associate director. She's been around for so long that she writes the books. No one's forcing her to stay where she is. I could have easily been in her shoes, Iris. Alright, I'm listening to myself right now and it does seem a lot better. At least I'm coherent! I'm at the voice lab, where you defined the filter originally. Wait, what do you mean? I have it set to evil, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I'm using a default filter. I'm lazy. Not with her scruples. I never worked directly with Tam, but I know her reputation. She's got a savior complex. Oh no. Yeah, the red eyes is good. It's like with this I use I forget what they call it. What do they call it? It's like a masking thing. Where did I put it? An art mesh, that's what it's called. Yeah, it changes the colors of 4 different layers. 1 layer for each eye, and then 1 layer for each of the sclera. So there you go. Yes, pets kitty. That's dangerous. Well, she just wants to help people. I'm sure she believes that, but she works in cybernetics. Yes, pet the kitty. When you're holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Oh boy. Yeah, I haven't seen her with the trainees. Every time we pass by a group of them, she smiles and waves, asks how they're doing. And they give her the biggest, sweetest smiles back. They don't do that to any of the other researchers. Deidre. She's my friend, Iris. You're one of the brightest people I know. Maybe the best of your generation. So why are you looking away from the truth? You've seen the lab script, the classrooms, the panopticon. You don't owe Tan your trust. Or anyone at Stop for that matter. They've given their stamp of approval for all of this, and it smells rotten. Stinky. We can heal that rot. If you say so. I just want to have faith in the colleagues and friends I've worked with over the years. We've made the world the safest it's been in decades. So I'm positive that things will get better. I literally just made a better evil voice filter in like 10 seconds. It's like, you can post the specs on Discord or something, and I can take a look at it later. Aren't you included? Even a genius can't change the mind of someone who's not listening. That's why the case study needs to go on. I will make them all listen. Right. Anything else you want to discuss? You know that trainee I chose to work with for my case study? Pavel. I bought him a grape-scented sticker the other day. He loved it. Well, then I take back what I said. Something all rosy over there. It's not rosy, it's grapey. You put in general? Okay, I'll take a look at it. Oh, I see the way the share your mods. Okay, that's cool. Oh, there's an import option. Wow, that's convenient. Yeah, I'll definitely do that later. From the bridge, I gaze below at the courtyard. As the sun begins to set, its beams softly tint the YTDI's walls and floors a pale orange. It's comforting. Even the black of the pillar in the center of the room looks warmer than usual. Warm. I never thought I'd see the YTDI that way. It's worlds apart from my first impression of it 1 month ago. 30 days of observing classes, conducting interviews, and writing notes, and they felt like seconds. I wonder if it's my age. The older I've grown, the quicker time passes. Summer, fall, winter, spring, all of it passing. Musing over my impending mortality won't get me anywhere. But the YTDI really looks warm right now. If there weren't other people in the building, I'd go down to the ground floor and take a nap in the grass. Right now, I'm sure some of the trainees are doing the same. Children shouldn't have cybernetics or lab script diets. Domo toxic dino. Is your point redeemed? Don't worry about it. I'm totally not possessed by a demon or anything. Today. The YTDI is an affront to my research. Any sane person would agree with me. It's why I'm doing everything I can to shut it down behind the backs of people who run this program. But I can't object to giving children, unwanted children, a home, an education, a guaranteed future. They don't have to hunt for scraps or wake up each morning and search for shelter over their heads. As long as they stay here. D! Oh, once again, Anji's voice cuts my thoughts short. Did I interrupt something? You're looking pretty contemplative. No, it's nothing. Could have fooled me. Am I that easy to read, Anji? Far from it. I've needed a lot of practice. Huh. I guess you've had plenty of opportunities to do so. So what can I do for you? Oh, it's nothing work-related. Not like I have training info to give you anyways. I just wanted a chance to catch up. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. Alright, now I should be back to normal. You've been here for what, a month now? I'll keep the eyes for a little bit longer. Take off the sticky note. Would you look at that? 1 month exactly. Lucky guess. You want to take a stroll? They say walking and talking gets the blood flowing. Talking gets the blood flowing? More than standing here staring at nothing. Come on. Got a lot to catch up on, don't we? We begin to walk around the bridge's perimeter. Our pace is slow, aimless, lazy even. Our conversation is just as meandering. See any films lately? Any takeout places you recommend? I know modern art's not your thing, but I think you'd enjoy this new exhibit. If you don't, you could pick wherever we have dinner next time. Like, is she trying to flirt with us? As we chat, my whole body relaxes. Domo game sodas, welcome. Why are you saying no? Are you saying no to the science lady flirting with us, or what? It's like this at the beginning, walking outside of Stop's headquarters. Decided to take Anji out for our pre-weekend burger and milkshakes. We were young and the world didn't make sense, but our work always did. D? I hear Anji calling out my name. I hear Anji calling my name and my mind snaps back into focus. Something wrong? No, nothing. I was just wondering if you're ready to, bring up what was going on earlier. Oh, that. No pressure. You're not up for it. No, I am. I just need a moment. Take all the time you need. I take a deep breath to think about how to approach this. Actually, can I ask you a question? As a friend? Go ahead. I'm all ears. Why did you end up working for the YTDI? Huh? That's a big question. It's one that's been on my mind a lot lately. You saw that classified file, yeah? Pardon me? The one with the summary? How do you know about that? A disgruntled employee blew up at us a few months back. Swiped a bunch of files taken out of context and tried to shop them out to anyone who would listen. This was around when you were first curious about the YTDI, right? Yes, people asked me if I knew about it. Of course, at the time I didn't have the full picture. Uh-oh. You know those animal rights groups? The ones with the ridiculous PR teams? They demonize undergrads for dissecting rats, blast the web with oversaturated gory photos, sensationalized blog posts, social media campaigns. Yes, I'm aware of PETA, what of it? The works. Cherry pick their information to make normal scientists look vile and make themselves look heroic for money. Those lab researchers care for those animals like they were their own pets. There's piles of paperwork, elaborate onboarding procedures, frequent inspections on their welfare. Even on a practical level, they discourage their suffering. There aren't any rats at this facility, Anji. Of course not. Just wanted to make an analogy. You know, people exaggerate things and all that. It's like you are literally comparing the children to lab rats, but okay. Oh, okay. Then I apologize for. No, I'm glad you pointed it out. Didn't want you to take anything I said the wrong way. You were going to tell me why you joined the YTDI? Right. Went off topic, didn't we? Everyone has the right to a bright future. Most of these trainees don't come from pleasant backgrounds. All of them are orphans. Many of them lived in places that couldn't even feed them once a day. So if Stop hadn't intervened, their futures would have been. Well, that's why I think the YTDI has potential, you know? It provides its trainees with housing, a community, secure life. By giving them a secure life, the YTDI will prevent future crimes. So in the long term, the YTDI will contribute to Stop's raison d'etre. Exactly. In the short term, we're changing these trainees' lives for the better. Still, seeing children receive cybernetic enhancements, that just doesn't sit right with me. I understand. You don't want to be remembered as the mother of cyborg children, do you? I don't have anything to say to that. She's spot on. We don't do anything here for fickle reasons. Subjects are only ever cybernetically enhanced if we feel that their quality of life could be improved. That file you saw? All those photos? Every one of those children were physically disabled. I saw there was a golden eye. Trainee 02-145, I remember. Anophthalmia. Her poor vision caused her to struggle in class, so we gave her a new eye. Now her essays are on par with some of the top students in her squadron. I see. Some of these trainees came here with congenital defects. Others with injuries from horrible accidents. We've only ever used cybernetics to level the playing field between them and their abled squad mates. My shoulders feel lighter. My brow furrows. I'm relieved to hear that. I'm relieved to know that my legacy hasn't been completely tarnished. But is that really true? Like, yeah, right? I don't know if we can trust her. I want you to know that if you have any concerns, you can always come and talk to me. Or just vent, if it's after hours. Almost feels like old times. Yeah, we're practically kids again. Hey, want to come to the arts and crafts room? So I can art your craft? Wait, isn't it for trainees? So, most of them are in their rooms right now. That's true. I know, you know I'm not good with. Aw, D. I'm not expecting the next Cloud Gate or anything. It's just a decompress. Wonk wonk. Fine. I'll come. Yes! Return. I get to pick the restaurant for dinner. Oh, so we're eating out again? Just like old times. Just like old times indeed. Like, okay. August 13th. Case study report. 8427X. Regular conversations with Pavel have continued. Contrary to what I witnessed while observing his classroom, Pavel has been inquisitive and willing to cooperate with my study and our one-to-one interactions. My firm belief that Pavel's intelligence is not below the norm. Rather, the teaching methods used by the YTDI are insufficient to engage him. When his instructors have labeled as what his instructors have labeled as acting out appears to instead merely be an expression of boredom. Considering the number of children the YTDI has under his roof, I do not believe that Pavel is the only trainee having difficulty with their assignments. I have noticed that his squadron instructors rarely encourage creative solutions to exercises, instead prefer completion of tasks to a set rubric. Standards-based teaching methods often produce results that look good on a spreadsheet. They rarely result in significant information retention or well-developed critical thinking skills. You know, every kid learns differently. Alright, that's the end of the eyes. Back to normal. On top of this, children with learning disorders are often left behind. What worries me is that Pavel's antics often result in his entire class being punished for his actions. The intent behind this measure is to emphasize that the squad is a unit. A failure on one member's part reflects on them all. Perhaps this is successful in other squads, but in Pavel's case, all they seem to have managed to do is other him from his peers. Dr. Deidre Strange. Alright. August 12th. I wasn't prepared for the number of trainees who were happy to be at the YTDI. The number of trainees who were overjoyed just because they had clean clothes and sheets. Money doesn't necessarily buy quality, but STOP really isn't cheaping out on their schooling and board. They're practically throwing money at this program, even as staff sometimes treat the trainees carelessly. Good old government money. Trainees are given a rigorous curriculum of maths, literacy, physical education, and self-defense, but the instruction is cold. I'm not a teacher. I know that I only learned to love science because a physics teacher told me I'd be a good fit for her club. If she hadn't shown me personal attention, where would I be now? No amount of punishment could have made me Dr. Destrange.
Gotta be good to the kids. Make them want to learn.
One time I watched Pavel and the squadron line up to receive the results of their grammar quiz. It wasn't hard for me to guess how well each trainee did. Some shied away from their squad mates. Others threw their heads back in relief. When Pavel arrived at the front of the line...
What? I have to do another makeup quiz? I studied really hard this time.
Not hard enough, I'm afraid. The quiz will start at the time I wrote. See you then.
No. That's gonna get in the way of my crafting time. Why can't it be?
There's no point in throwing a tantrum. You're going to take the makeup quiz at the time I said, whether you like it or not. Now go. It's rude to hold up the rest of your squadron.
Stick.
Again?
Meh.
Alright everyone, 10-minute penalty. Line up against the whiteboard. Quietly. You'll be in the middle. Like he's practically being bullied. Jesus Christ. As Pavel dragged his feet in front of the classroom, I watched the other trainees. Some of them rolled their eyes at him, others gave him a bitter glare. Given the way the teachers pitted the trainees against Pavel, I wasn't surprised they disliked him. To them, he was a dead weight to their squadron, an underperforming troublemaker. And to me, he was... Seeing no one help him left an indescribable emptiness in my chest. Children like him aren't dumb. If you treat them this way, they'll learn that their performance determines their worth as a person. I've known college students who've found that level of responsibility overwhelming. These trainees are elementary schoolers. They need coaching to get things straight to them. Frankly, I'm surprised there aren't more stragglers. I acknowledge that the YTDI is a new program, and STOP isn't an educational organization. Growing pains are on par for the course. Anji's been listening to my criticisms. She's not stonewalling me, but she's defensive and practiced at it. So I was ready to fire off statistics in response. Half of the trainees were illiterate before they came here. Now 90% are performing above metrics. Meanwhile, when asked about my own suggestions for the YTDI, she claims they're in the queue to be heard. That there's a long chain of command to go through. She is listening to me. Sure. Except when it comes to the use of cybernetics. Anji says they're helping disabled trainees, but she brushes off their side effects as easily as if we were discussing fringe theories in the classroom. Is she? It's like, is she? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever she does, I can't help but wonder. How are those trainees coping with technology grafted to their bodies? I think I am going to sneeze after all. Did they ask for these enhancements? Do I want my research to be associated with these procedures? Well, I'll try to be patient with Anji for now. Convincing people takes time. Besides, the YTDI has other problems. Trays sleep in a panopticon. No matter where their rooms are, there'll be guards and cameras peering inside. Yeah, I felt a little sneezy, but I didn't actually sneeze. Weird. The games, books, and shows they have access to are limited to their themes. I've seen more than one trainee tense up whenever I pass by their dorm's window. I'm sure the staff are miserable too. Guards eat their meals while they're on duty. The teachers' curriculums are stringent. It's a wonder the researchers can see their screens when they're blatantly ignoring what's in front of them. If STOP wants its own boarding school division or JROTC program, more power to them. But I wish YTDI wouldn't be so caviar with cybernetics. Cavalier? Overbearing with security measures? Draconian with education? I don't know. The more I think about it, the less I want to write. Hope Anju was right about my suggestions being in the queue. I have this dreadful feeling that change can't come soon enough. Back to the recordings. Interview. August 13th.
The video camera wasn't on.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Guess the world will never know the results of our grand Scrattle match, huh?
Oh, I missed it.
It's quite a shame. Your skills have improved tremendously.
I lost again.
Well, I was a Scrabble champion. You just learned this rule set a couple weeks ago. Huh. I mean it. You were very good. You can go toe-to-toe with Shiria now.
Oh? Have you foolish adults finally reevaluated my reading ability? Oh wait, I don't think Sharia knows how to play Scrabble.
You teach her? From what you told me, I think she'd also make a wonderful player.
Maybe. I don't know if I'll have the time, you know?
What do you mean? Did, something happen?
Can I tell you a secret?
Okay. Oh no, what happened? Who bullied him? Who hurt you?
So my teacher asked me to stay behind in class. I thought he spotted me drawing again, but told me I didn't have to study anymore because one of the researchers had talked to him.
That's strange.
What'd they tell him? Well, they said, I'm gonna go through my first processing.
Processing? What's that?
I don't know. None of us know.
I mean, I know that everyone gets processed eventually. That processed trainees graduate, and when you graduate, you leave the initiative. That's rather vague.
That's what I said. They must be hiding something. I don't know what's gonna happen to me.
They're gonna make him past tense. None if we have anything to say about it.
I think about it at night, I can't sleep. It's my skin all prickly. You wanna know what's really strange? Well, my squad mates are getting processed with me.
Is that unusual?
Yeah. We see other trainees leave for processing groups of 2 or 3 or 4. Never one.
Pavel, I'm
not stupid. I know I was picked. 'Cause I doodle in class. I forget my homework. When it's time for group projects, none of my squad mates want to work with me. And because whenever I try to talk to someone, they always act so tired. Oh, poor baby. Don't bully the child.
Does Pavel have ADHD? I would not be surprised if that's if that was the problem. Because we did say she did mention in the notes that it does seem like he has issues focusing in class, so it probably is ADHD, and it's just that the staff aren't trained to handle that.
My squad, the other trainees, even my teachers. I know they want me processed. I says it even when they don't speak to me. Because they all hate me.
I don't think that's true. Shiria doesn't hate you.
In a different squad. Doesn't have to be around me when we do class. If she was always getting punished because of me.
Well, I like you too. Oh, that.
You just say that because of your case study thing.
No, I mean it. You're a talented artist. Your excitement is infectious. You're much smarter than people give you credit for. And I think you're lovely just the way you are. Aw. Aw. Aw.
Can I ask you something?
Go right ahead.
Could you visit me as soon as my first processing is over?
Of course. I mean, my case study requires it.
Pinky swear?
Pinky swear.
And if you break your promise?
You can, break my finger?
Oh, really?
No, that's not how it, please don't. I will come back for you, no matter what. Is this where the pictures of him in the surgery get, yeah, probably, that's probably it. We're probably getting close to that part.
I promise.
Promise.
Deidre, did you censor anything from your talks with Tan? From what I can read, she's far from honest. Angie isn't some zealot. She's a brilliant scientist and a dear friend. I just needed a little more time to get her on my side. It's been 3 months. When I said she was rigid, I wasn't kidding. But you know, talking to her made me think. If we rebuild the YTDI from the inside out, it could be a net positive for children everywhere. 4 months ago, you were afraid the YTDI would leave you with a foul legacy. That your research on cybernetic sync rates would make you the mother of cyborg children. Now you want to rebuild the YTDI? If they got rid of the cybernetics, I'm confident that stop would turn the YTDI into a competent institution. competent institutions don't feed kids lab script. I'm not gonna burn everything down for a better future. It's not incompatible with what you want, Iris. Think, Deidre. STOP is a security organization, not a charity. They offer peace of mind for sale. They do anything to keep world leaders lining their pockets. Why else would they be enhancing children except for their own benefit? They only give cybernetics to physically disabled trainees. I doubt those trainees asked for them. Their argument is unproductive, Iris. This argument is unproductive, Iris. Look, let's say the YTDI was shut down tomorrow, like you clearly want it to be. Where would all the trainees go? Who else would have the resources and the will to take them all? It's like, yeah, play for the children. Stop to make the YTDI with kind intentions. I can tell you that much. Don't be so conspiratorial. Don't be so blind. Your research built the foundations for this program. I know. Then speak up. It's like, yeah, stop hurting the children's. August 29th. Case study report. 814-27X. Focus study of Pavel is on hold while the subject undergoes processing. Observations of Pavel's former squad have continued in the meantime with little to report. Without Pavel's existence, the classroom time is quiet and proceeds evenly. Conducted short interviews with trainees in his cohort. Anxiety about future graduations is high. Currently seeking clearance to visit Pavel in recovery. Will update after I have an opportunity to do so. Dr. Dieter Strange. August 20th. Where could have Pavel have gone? Oh god, I think that sneeze is coming back. Maybe. Oh god. I feel it.
Bless me.
I knew it'd come back. The security board told me it would be at least another week before he'd return. Of course, it didn't mention anything about processing. It sounds scientific, but it could mean practically anything. And if it happens to involve cybernetics, no, there's only so much they could do before puberty. Should be minor. Maybe even... Why am I still trying to rationalize this? I've deferred to STOP and all its excuses despite having the proof right in front of me. They want to use my research to modify children. Why? I don't know, and frankly, it doesn't matter. If the YTDI really was serving a greater good, why does Angie and her co-workers act... Why have Angie and her co-workers act so evasive? So secretive? I can't afford to be humble or generous. Or cowardly anymore. I know more about cybernetics than every other researcher in their department put together. And yet, I allowed myself to be cowed. Acted respectably. Respectably. Never caused a scene, because I cared so much about appeasing STOP than doing the right thing. I couldn't look away anymore, so they shouldn't be able to either. I'll finish my reports. Trust in their faces? Make them see what they've wrought? I'll be diplomatic, even if it means biting my tongue. And I'll write this. All cybernetics have limitation. If Pavel is being modified, the most they could do is enhance his optic nerves. Still invasive and perverse, but once he's endured the anesthesia and intense PT regimens, it ultimately won't affect his daily life. It really makes harming a valuable young subject with anything more extreme. So you think. Hopefully the worst will soon be over. Alright, I'll stretch. Ugh. Oh god, I felt the snap there. Pavel's still alive! Ugh. Once he's gone through processing, I'll make every effort to place him in an environment better suited for a child his age. Yeah, like, look at my age, I gotta stretch so I don't die. But first I need to think of an appropriate recovery gift. Something I can fit in my lab coat pockets. Like a ball. D. CD? Interview with... Oh. Shiria. August 20th. Thank you for speaking with me. I'm sorry, by the way, about how sudden all this is. It's okay. I can always do my homework tomorrow morning. Though I might not finish before class starts. Your teachers already know about your interview today. They agreed to give you an extension. I didn't know they give extensions. They've never given them before? No. In my squad, we're supposed to move at the same pace as each other. Like a flock of birds, right? Birds. So for an extension for someone who falls behind is... From what your teachers have told me, you seem like the leader among your squadron. I got the impression that they didn't expect the missed assignment to deter you. Does that make you feel better? Good. Then please introduce yourself. My name is... Trainee S4-174. You told me your name the first time we met. Why not now? I don't want Pavel to feel alone. I see. What was your life like before you joined the YTDI? You don't have to talk about anything that makes you uncomfortable. It was very far away from here. I see. Thank you. I'll move on. Question 2. Are you getting along with your squadron? Honestly? Please. Honestly, I feel like I'm trapped inside glass. My squad mates see me. They know I exist, but they don't know how to reach me. To be honest, I don't know how to reach them either. It probably doesn't help that they're weirded out by my tiny little glovey arm. None of my squad mates are missing anything. That doesn't stop kids in other squads from getting along. Maybe there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. Get her out! We gotta get her out. She's so cute. Or maybe it's that lady. The one with the messy hair and dangling earrings. You mean Anji? Dr. Tan? Was she? She likes to meet me after class. Ask me how I'm doing with homework. Have me write or carry things for a few minutes. Sometimes she'll take a roll of measuring tape and wrap it around my arm. And if I do well, she'll pat my head and give me candy. My candy was practically contraband around here. So even she has favorites. I don't mind any of that, but... Every time Dr. Anji takes me aside, she and my teachers tell my squad mates to follow my example. I think some of them are jealous of that. And how do you feel about it? Sick to my stomach. I don't like working. I don't like being in the spotlight. They call me a hard worker, but I'm just trying to escape notice. Just trying to avoid arguments, fights, other kids. My squad mates drag me into their messes anyway. They want Dr. Anji's attention. They want to be praised. They want candy and they... Yeah, by all means lurk. They all want to be someone's favorite. My class scares me, Dr. Deidre. We don't have to talk about them anymore if you don't want to. Please. Well then, what do you think of Pavel? Pavel. I like him. He's my best friend. He told me the same thing. Yeah, this girl needs to be hugged. Absolutely. That makes me really happy.
When I first came to the YTDI, he was my assigned roommate. As soon as I entered my dorm, he marched over and swung his hand up to greet me. He had this big, goofy grin on his face. I've seen it before. Strangers that act friendly. Bad people with fake smiles that are trying to get something from you. I didn't know what he wanted from me. For the first few weeks, I tried to avoid him as much as possible. Finding a quiet corner in the library, hiding in a bush in the middle of the courtyard. I thought he'd get tired of it after a couple of days, but somehow he'd always find me anyway. One day I couldn't stand it anymore. So I just asked him, "Why do you keep bugging me?" You know what he told me? "You look lonely. I want to be your friend." Aww. He wasn't hiding anything. He didn't want anything from me. Somehow I could just tell he was sincere.
And that's how you two became close?
After that, I stuck with Pavel whenever I could. Playing games with him, writing stories together. Sometimes we'd just sit in silence and read books from the library. I owe a lot to CO-458. Because of him, my dorm's the one place I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells.
Domo Rike, welcome. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good weekend so far.
But
Something wrong? The camera? How's the tea? The tea be spilling. It's like we're playing the prequel to the game I played on Wednesday. It's just a visual novel, nothing too crazy. Well, it is crazy in that, you know, there's children being experimented on for science, cybernetics. But, you know, standard model, video but no audio. There's no need to worry. We'll pick up on anything we say.
really? In class, we're told they have microphones.
Some of them do, technically. But the mic's limited in range, so it'll only record poor quality sound. It's fixing poor sound is expensive and time-consuming. Stop usually keeps the mics off. Yeah, just your everyday child cyborg lab.
I see.
You want to continue?
I'm worried about Pavel. You've been watching over him, right?
Yes.
So you've seen how they treat him in class.
Yes.
If you stay a bad student, you'll get a nasty punishment. One that'll change your life forever. That's what everyone whispers. When I first heard the rumor, I was terrified. I don't want Pavel to... Not after everything he did for me. So, I tried helping him after school. I taught him how to concentrate in boring classes, or fake it. We read through textbooks together. I even wrote him sheets of study notes. No matter how hard he tried to get better, he kept getting picked on. Even though he's improving, they kept singling him out and then he told me he was getting processed.
Do you know what that means?
No. But after he said it, he didn't want to look at me anymore. They took him away last week. Without him, everything's so quiet. Stop flipping through comic books or scribbling on his desk or rummaging through my box of hairbands.
Oh, so that's hers.
Oh no! No cry! No, baby, no. Am I a bad friend? I think he's being punished right now?
I wish I knew what to say.
Aren't you a doctor? Don't you know what's happening to him?
Yeah, pet Kitty. Kitty, make everyone stop crying. I'm sorry. I'm as much in the dark as you are. But knowing Pavel, I'm sure he'll be okay. He's a strong boy. You think so? I know so. He is the center of my case study after all. I hope you're right. I think I'll conclude our interview here. You look tired. Yeah, birds make everything better. Do I? Honestly, you look like you're about to fall asleep. Maybe. Would a parting gift help cheer you up? I have a pack of scented stickers. Here, choose whichever one you want. Yeah, check my fine posture. Posture's fine. No shrimp in here. Thank you, but I'll be alright. You really don't want one? I thought they were cool. Don't worry about me. Dr. Anji has me covered. She gives me the special scented stickers. Saved them for Pavel. Like, sure. Gladly. He's in processing. Won't get to see him for at least another week. Not there'd be more time. He's still so small. Is there anything you know about processing, Iris? Please tell me it's only skin deep. I'm sorry. I never oversaw any of the projects directly. By the time the YTDI was founded, I was already on the way out. Surely you have something on it, Iris. I know you. You keep tabs on everything. Not on this. Processing is kept under especially tight wraps at the YTDI. As you've guessed, it is a step related to cybernetic enhancement, but beyond that, I should have done something. Should have used my authority, my expertise to intervene before it was too late. Instead, I just stood by the sidelines. Never even raised my voice. I know I've been critical at sometimes, harsh even. I think this would have gone ahead anyways, no matter what you did. Really. From my impression of these people, definitely. How encouraging. Listen. Given a polite text, but your weight still carries weighted stop. I was given a polite exit. Your case study is compelling and detailed. And I have no doubt that little boy is going to be more than happy to see you again once he's out of there. You just need to save your strength for the right time. And when that time comes, don't take no for an answer. Thank you, Iris. Just hope I'm not too late. Like, well, we'll see. Interview with the boy. The baby boy. August 29th. Probably the before surgery.
Good afternoon, CO458.
I see you're back from processing.
Dr. Deidre? You came.
You sound surprised. Almost good, Shama. Like, pigeons are just government spy drones. Well, you know, birds aren't real. I promised you I'd visit, right? Yeah, but... Yeah, it's like pigeons don't exist. It's been a really long week. No, I've never tasted pigeon. Kinda wondered if you'd forgotten. Never. It's on the floor. Oh, it's just a puzzle piece. Cheerio was working on finishing it while I was gone, but when it was wheeled back in, it got trampled on. Cheery wasn't happy about that. Think some country serves them, probably. But yeah, I hope you're having a good weekend so far, Squidjama. Welcome, yes. What we're doing a visual novel about child's being experimented on with cybernetics. I can imagine. This boy's about to go through surgery! Yippee! Here. I got you something. I figured you'd need a pick-me-up after processing. Gushers! Ooh, I love gushers. Whoa! There's some snacks from outside. I promise they taste nothing like script. I didn't know they made food so colorful. Tasty. Glad I picked out something good. Gushers are good. So, what have you been up to since processing? Just resting? Just at work, good night is so easy. Well, that's good.
Well, I'm trying, but Sherry keeps bringing me homework. I thought I didn't have to study anymore.
That's very rude of them. Sorry, Provel.
You know, I've been thinking. You don't have to call me that. You can call me Baffle.
Like, I have been, because I don't feel like reading the numbers every fucking time.
Did you bring protocol for the gummies?
Yes. Alright. I'm sorry, Pavel.
Much better.
Is having a proper name important for you?
Indeed it is. It's a big deal for you too. Not just anybody gets to call me by my true name.
Oh?
Yeah. It's like I'm letting you use it. You and she. No one else. You're my inner circle. You get to know my secret identity.
Like a superhero, huh?
Exactly like a superhero.
Got it. I'll keep it hush-hush then. Have you been outside this room since processing?
Nope. I said earlier I was bedridden earlier. I wasn't
Exaggerating?
Thanks.
You always got the right word for me. He really is just like me, for real.
But yeah, being bedridden, it's really starting to bug me. I think I've got a house cold.
You mean cabin fever?
Whatever. Oh, they were the same things anyway.
Then what happened during your processing?
Well, kind of like getting my teeth cleaned. Well, when I'm laying on this long, hard table, got this big light over me. Kind of looked like a spider with a bunch of eyes and legs. The light was super bright underneath, and I was surrounded by all these doctors with white uniforms and masks. Told to count down from 60, so I did. And I fell asleep before I could finish. And then I woke up and...
What? What happened? Was there something wrong with your legs? Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ! Wrong? No. Nothing's wrong with them. I would have thought that the eye. I thought the eye. Ah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
What's wrong with them? But now they can give me better legs.
Why is he this calm? Probably still high off the anesthesia. Maybe they're gonna give him robot legs? I think that's the plan.
You know, upgrade.
Better ones?
Ones that'll let me run faster, jump higher. Like a real superhero, you know? Really, it's okay. If I just practice hard.
I believe you, Pavel. You don't have to move. Please. Poor baby. My baby. Look what they've done to my boy. You're very brave. You know that, Pavel?
Of course I'm brave. Brave like a hero.
Here. Hide these under your pillow. Just take all the gushers. Just throw gushers out. I'm like, here, take it. Take all of them. Make them count. I'll be back in a week.
Promise.
Okay.
See you again, Dr. Deidre.
It's like next is gonna be his arms. I'm scared. I'm trying to think back to like, oh god, I'm starting to think is the reason why he wasn't wearing pants is because of the cybernetic legs, like they wouldn't fit. Oh god. I can't be part of this. No one should be a part of this. It's not enough to leave. The fact that anything like this could happen in a modern facility. It's always naive to think that that one case study could fix stop. If so, What then? What now? September 9th. Like, I don't see this getting any better. Only worse. I have like 3 things to look at. Case study report 9320X7X. I'm absolutely appalled at the Youth Training and Development Initiative's decision to perform major amputation on Pavel. Improvements in synchronization rates are irrelevant. This technology was only ever intended for use in adults, save for rare exceptions. Relatively static state of an adult body allows for easier construction of prosthetics. And only a mentally mature individual can reasonably be expected to endure the inevitable side effects of cybernetic implantation. Let me be clear. Rejection symptoms are not a risk. They are an inevitability. For all the advancements in biotech over the past few decades, there have not been enough to stop the body from revolting against artificial neurons when they are stitched into its muscles, or from realizing that a hunk of polyurethane and silicon in its skull are not part of its gray matter. Yeah, it's 27X and they still got bulky computers. Could be for aesthetic purposes. Medications can suppress the body's immune system and stave off seizures, but it is a patch, not a long-term solution. Despite these facts, Pavel was approved for a full transfemoral amputation implant preparation procedure. I cannot conceive of a scenario that justifies the callous removal of 2 completely healthy limbs from a young child. The fact that Pavel's quality of life has been significantly impacted for no reason beyond the YTDI's goals. Yeah, maybe it's a really powerful high-resolution monitor. Maybe. A 500K. If this is the level to which the YTDI is allowed to conduct itself, then it is clear to me that STOP has become a little better than the organizations it once worked to squash. There's no theoretical threat or future crime that justifies what I've witnessed. If this is what my research is now supporting, then I would rather have never pursued it in the first place. Dr. D. Strange. Yeah, maybe CRT monitors do come back. September 3rd. They took his legs! As if stripping of his name wasn't enough, they ripped his legs off his body. Why? Maybe it's a sleeper build. Maybe. Yeah, have the shelf store gummies. Get them gushers in there. I can't think of any good reason for this. Pavel, sunlight that he is. It says that they plan to give him better ones. Yeah, secret snack store. Yeah. You've tried to prove it in spite of the pain. And the worst part is, it's not over. He hasn't graduated yet. The last time I tried to visit him, he'd been taken back for further processing. I had to find out from Shiria of all people. The guards barely seemed to care. Asking about his absence was like asking about the garbage being taken out a day earlier. Someone else did the work, so they didn't need to know. Yeah, gushers are good. I haven't had some in a while. They said all of this while looking at me with that expression they always wore on duty. One of malaise, of superiority, of contempt. Funny how they press the kids to be smiling obedient while the adults look like bored children. When I entered that room, I noticed a distinct coldness in the air. Cheria looked awful. Had she been not eating properly? She seemed so frail. If she was taken to the operating table now, her chances of survival. I have to leave STOP. And the YTDI has to go with me. I don't want any of this to be my legacy. As if. What's an academic supposed to do against an intergovernmental organization with unlimited resources and an ever-growing supply of cybernetic muscle? Maybe I can follow Iris's example. This case report will be my indictment of STOP. My voice should still carry enough importance to damn it on my way out of the door. But if I try to make an impact with my exit instead of leaving quietly, what'll happen next? If I say anything about those cages the kids were kept in, courts will bury me. I'll have to hope that stop doesn't single me out extrajudicially. And if they do, I'll have to kiss my future academic opportunities goodbye. But so what? You can't expect me to keep quiet after everything I've seen. And one conversation with Anji still makes my blood boil. We were observing a physical education class. Kids were told to run laps to the point of exhaustion. And knowing the YTDI, they probably were forced to run past that point for research purposes. While the teachers were tending to them, Anji leaned over and whispered to me, "Look at how strong they're growing. Healthy and smart and tough as nails. Isn't it incredible?" And she looked at me at the back ranks and soured. "But there are still stragglers. Gotta iron out all the kinks eventually." After she said that, she turned back to me. "You know, if that squadron were enrolled in public schools, some PSHT teacher would be coddling them by now. None of them would ever know how much they could achieve with just a little more pressure, with just one more push from someone who knows how much they can take. Back in school, I knew this kid, born with a hole in their heart, maybe some large ASD. They had it rough, but they persevered. Didn't pity themselves, had pride, but the teachers insisted on coddling them, waiting on them hand and foot, carrying their books, giving them extra exam time, letting them skip phys ed. The adults around them let their condition define their life. By the time they graduated, I barely recognized them. Ended up more ghost than person. I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't have let them fail themselves like that. Does she think we're still friends?" Speaking to her less and less. By now, she's basically talking to herself. I hate seeing her inner ugliness rear its head. That savior complex of hers. Oh, God. As soon as Pavel's healthy enough to graduate, I'll make my move. But I'm not leaving Stop without him. Got my 2 weeks notice lined up with Pavel's estimated graduation. And when he's out of the system, I'm taking him and leaving. Smartest thing you've said in a while. Yeah, she a little crazy. You have any concerns? It's possible that they won't let him graduate. Promises for services rendered don't mean much for people who mutilate children. My case study is half as explosive as it's hoping it be. It's not the kind of thing that Stop will let circulate for long. Yeah, it's like, not in a hot way. Not at all. There are plenty of people out there willing to listen to you. After I slander an internationally beloved crime-fighting organization? Yeah, the Delulu. There are plenty of people... Yeah. We don't have friends in PR or allies in the media. It'd be easy to pay me as another disgruntled former employee disappointed with the lack of direction in her career and looking for a book deal. Sorry, Deidre. I wish I could tell you that won't happen. But even if things do go shit on your end, allow me to give you a silver lining. When Pavel gets out, and he will, you can bring him here.
Ah, it's the place from Malviolence.
Iris. Once upon a time, it was a garage. Then, it was an unrealized research lab with some living quarters. Now it's yours. It's no 5-star hotel, but it's not too bad this time of year. There's even a river nearby. I don't know what to say. You're just giving that to me? What do you expect? I'm a wealthy woman with a very few hobbies. I would have ended up renting it out if I even remembered it was there. Much better for you two to get some use out of it. Thank you, Iris. I really mean it. I already owe you so much. Yeah, that place isn't that big. I'll keep that in mind. It's big enough to have, like, several rooms and shit. Stop it. You better. I won't hear any complaints about it being cramped down the line. Stay safe, Deidre. I'll try. Is that everything? Yep, computer time. Let's see how things went. Probably horribly. Oh no. I don't like question marks being on the screen. September 9th. Whoa, D! There a fire drill going on? What? Oh, no, I was just looking for Pavel. Can't find him anywhere. Pavel? Who's... Oh, C0-458. Oh, it's okay. Certain he's around somewhere. I mean, it's very safe here. It's not like he could have just wandered off. I should slap you. Of course not. And yes, it is very safe here. I'm, what? If it's saying it's necessary. You're talking about processing? For starters. D, a post office is never going to look pretty. You know that. Seen it thousands of times. On soldiers, volunteers, adults. You didn't see the places we pulled these kids out of. Filthy, overcrowded, underfunded. Why stop her when you could feed her a knuckle sandwich? Oh, if only I could. This facility is very clean and very well funded. That doesn't make it right. Whatever justifications are, I'm not sure I appreciate your tone. We've been nothing but transparent with you from the beginning. We've given you complete access to our building, our resources, even our subjects. Had to fight for you, you know. Then why was I notified about Pavel's processing? Maybe you weren't on the right mailing list. There are no conspiracies here, D. You of all people had to have known exactly what the initiative's goals are. Anji, look, I'm not in the mood to argue medical ethics with you in the goddamn hallway. He's in recovery. He's fine. What? How? Some back alley searching for hire operation. We know what we're doing. Yeah, she claimed they only give cybernetics to disabled kids. That was a lie. Yeah, then why did they cut off his perfectly healthy legs? That's the problem. Do you? Why is she like this? She needs to stop.
Awful? Are you?
Oh. Oh. Oh god. Your head. You're probably for testing, yeah. Your hair. Your eye. It's... Oh, it's animated. Oh. He's gonna... Yeah, they're gonna have to replace it. I know, that's the crazy part. Wait. I've got you. Just stay right there. I think we're at that part. Because this is a prequel to a game I played on Wednesday, so it's like, we know what happens to him, but it's just... Oh god. Has anyone been here to take care of you?
Oh. Well. I think so. Shuri has been here at night a few times. Hasn't said much, though. I pretend to be asleep because I think she might be scared of me now.
She's probably worried about you. I'll go and talk to her, okay?
Okay.
We know what he looked like, but not the specifics what they did. Yeah, it's like, it's even worse than we thought. Like, we thought, oh, they probably just, you know, replaced his eye, which is what I expected. But no, it looks like they went like 10 steps further.
I really don't want to upset her.
You don't have to worry about upsetting anyone, okay? You haven't done anything wrong.
Oh.
How are you feeling? I don't know. Tired? Weird? It's alright.
I'm scared. My graduation is soon and I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. What else they'll do to me?
Just close your eyes for me, okay? Pavel? Oh, he's asleep. Drugs kicked in. Thank God. Child's not okay. They're going to tear him apart. Rearrange him again and again, and not just him. All the other trainees here. All the other children yet to come. Over and over and over. For what? This is my fault. My research laid the foundation for this. My reputation funded this. Let this happen. I did this. There has to be something I can do. No, I have to do something. Something more than writing words on a goddamn page. That's it. I'll bring him out. Prevent him from graduating. Burn this program down to the ground as we leave. At this point, this isn't even a call for justice. It's just plain cause and effect. September 16th. Case study report. 9927X. Met with Pavel today. Engaged in normal conversation and activities with the subject. Pavel became tired shortly into the session, so the visit was cut shortly after about an hour. Temperature and blood pressure appeared to be higher than normal levels during the visit, recommending an increase in immunosuppressant dosage. Recovery otherwise appears to be on pace with expected timeline. Dr. Deidre Strange. September 9th. I'm going to destroy my life's work. I'll have to update the textbooks. A small footnote at the bottom of the page or in the back of the index. Dr. Deidre Strange went on to commit multiple terror attacks. We in no way, shape, or form approve of her blah 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 blah. Fine by me, so long as they leave my name in. A curious kid might search for that crazy lady's name on the internet. Find a case report written by her and give it a read. Better a pariah who speaks the truth than a diligent researcher who can't stand to look at it. As long as I walk through the YTDI's halls, my stomach drops whenever I pass the spots I'll rig. Though the guards just stand around and glower at the kids, they're still combat-ready professionals. More than a match for little old me. If they ever catch on to my plans, they could drop me before I even enter the building. Funny. I haven't feared others being able to hear my thoughts since I was in college. I remember feeling guilty when I learned about thermal runaway and lithium-ion batteries. When I realized how easily this knowledge could be reapplied, I was convinced that there was something wrong with me. Maybe I was right back then. Compared to my usual work, making bombs is dead simple. I spent most of my time planning how I'd space out the fertilizer purchases. Looking back on it, smuggling Pavel's snacks made for a fine trial run. I have surefire proof that the guards won't check me. So, why am I still so anxious? It's not my legacy, and it's not the process itself. Am I afraid of what'll happen to Pavel after all this? I can house him, thanks to Iris. I have money. I can cook. Still so much I don't know about Pavel. How will I care for his medical needs? How will I educate him? Will freeing him doom him to a life in hiding? Sharia, the other children, and every other poor soul that's been victimized by this program. Where will they go once I'm gone? Most likely, when we saw those post-mortem videos, she probably made those videos in the hope that Iris would see them. 'Cause that's the only person I can think of that they could probably direct it for. Because we knew they weren't directed at the agent because she was like, make sure to feed him, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's probably what happened. And that's the thing, we haven't actually met or seen Iris. So I'm like, potentially a trilogy? If I could house them all, they wouldn't be free to leave. Now a stop on their tail. I just moved them from a spacious cell to a cramped one. Cramped one next to a river. Still. I feel like we're approaching the end. Yeah, we kind of are. I think we're getting close to the end game. I'd never forgive myself if I left Pavel behind. My research led him to getting hurt. I won't let that happen again. I've done all the planning I can. For now, I think a eulogy to a life of service is in order. To my colleagues, the good ones, I hope you've been working from home. To the rest, you've got no right to complain about what comes next. And the stop? This is war. Plant any more seeds and I'll salt the earth. D. You think I'm doing the right thing? I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Get Pavel out. Yeah, it's like a quiet kid moment. Tells all the coworkers she likes, don't come in tomorrow. We're gonna do some quote unquote maintenance. Aren't you precisely doing that? Yeah, exactly. Don't come into work tomorrow. Yes. Well, there's a growing list of asterisks. I can't save the other children. The numbers just don't work. How's that make you feel? Like garbage? Where'll they go? They know nothing about the real world. Kids are tougher than you think. Not tougher than stop. You'd be surprised. They'll adapt. That doesn't make me feel any better. I doubt anything could right now. What about a confession? I wanted all this. The recognition, the respect, the budgets, the pay. Before I came to stop, took 5 internships in one summer. I barely got my foot out the door before I added them to my CV and never looked back. And we all do. That's the game we play. I liked playing that game. I was good at it. There's a sizable cowardly position of me that doesn't want to give it up. Do you worry about Dr. Tannen arrest? Despite myself, yes. We still got that fucking conscience. That's just the kind of person you are. In case we don't get the chance to reconnect for a while, let me say this. Every system falls apart eventually. It's entropy. Forest fires are natural and healthy. Stop is no exception. If people are horrified by your findings and your methods, that's for the best. They'll quit. They'll leave in droves. And you'll have gotten them out of a dark hole. And if I hurt people, then you'll just have to make up for it. And the kids? They'll be strong. Even if their new lives aren't cushy or clean, they'll be lives that they chose for themselves. Again, that's not reassuring. I know. Very little is right now. You have a lot to answer for, D. You're already a history maker. Born to make history. Now I'm sure you'll be making history in a good way. I remember that when you eat breakfast with Pavel. Then, is this goodbye? It has to be. But you'll be in my home. I'll be there in some way. In fact, the sheets might still smell like me. That's oddly specific. It's gross. Apologies, couldn't help myself. But you don't need me anymore. You'll do good. You always have. Thank you. Take care now. You were always my pupil star, Deidre. I trust you'll remember me as your mentor and friend. Hopefully when you're retired and peacefully birdwatching. Goodbye. I'll miss you, Dr. Kai. Computer! It is time. September 9th, 27X.
Hello, Pavel.
Oh, good afternoon, Dr. Daedra.
Here comes the danger! Exactly. Feeling alright? Me?
Ah! It'll take a lot more than this to.
It's okay. You can be honest. Did your graduate training not go well?
It was scary.
Very confusing. Could you tell me what happened? What was what the training was like?
Well, they've been running tests on the chip they put in my head. It turns on, it's like my brain's squeezed into a box or a minecart.
It could only go on the tracks. That does sound scary.
Yeah. Had to do all these stupid reflex exercises. After that, they made me solve math problems and other dumb stuff. All the while, they looked at me over their clipboards and data pads. So far, I've been doing good. I was doing everything they wanted, even when it felt weird. It felt like someone was looking over my shoulder. Only the shoulder wasn't there, and that somebody was me. Someone else was moving my body, speaking for me. Like, it wasn't my body anymore. I was just so scared. It was gross and strange and
Deep breaths, Pavel.
I just couldn't take it anymore. I did something bad. I was upset. I couldn't help it. I couldn't.
Oh. Pavel? Pavel? Oh my god. Yeah, that's probably literally what happened. Yeah. I've got you, Pavel. I've got you. You're safe. I'm gonna call emergency services right now. You'll be okay. Shit. Shit. It's on his side. There's nothing in his way. I've set a timer for 5 minutes. I've done everything I can. Why isn't the emergency call button working? It worked for another trainee. I've seen it before. The maintenance team always check it. There's something wrong with... No. They wouldn't. They wouldn't dare. Oh.
Dr. Deidre?
Pavel? It's okay, Pavel. It's okay. I'm here.
You had a seizure. But you're safe, and I've cleaned you up. They broke the button. Yeah. It's like they basically abandoned him. They're like, oh, throw this one in the trash. It's okay.
Why?
Phoebe!
Why did they do this to me? Why? It hurts.
Phoebe!
They want to hurt me. They want to punish me, don't they? It's because I'm broken. That's why they want to fix me to be like the other kids. I can't stay in line and I never will. They're gonna keep taking me apart until I break. Taking me apart piece by piece like this forever.
Pavel, you have to calm down for me, alright? You're gonna make yourself sick.
But
It'll be okay. It's over now. I'll make sure they won't hurt you anymore. I mean it. I'll blow them the fuck up.
Okay. 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 Poor baby.
It's like so much for that fucking rat analogy. I gave Pavel a glass of water to sip. His hands are shaking, so I hold the water for him. After that, I help him in the bed, tuck him in, and wish him good night. Shrugged the little amount of hair left on his head. Then I closed the door behind me and walked out of the room. The door behind me clicked shut. I don't have the words to describe what I just witnessed, but I don't need a 10-page paper to sum up what I feel. Disgust. They took away his medication. His medication? How in any world is that justifiable as a punishment? He could have died. Havel gets hammered down because he sticks out, but any kid would do the same. Suffering like this, there's no doubt other trainees are... I needed to talk to Anji. Now. I can't believe she's overlooked this for so long. Come on, throat. Before I leave her for good, I need to look into her eyes and try to make her see. Yeah, it's like now all this reading's starting to catch up with me. This is going on a little longer than I thought it would. But that's okay. We're getting towards the end. I already know we're towards the end. Like, I have a video open, like, just sort of clicking to see for reference how far I am, and we're close. I find Anji at the bridge, gazing at the courtyard below. She looks like she did the first day I came here. She hasn't changed at all. As I approach, she turns to give me an unreadable look. For a moment, I barely recognize her. For a moment, part of me wants to believe she's someone else entirely. I imagine you're here to talk about Pavel. I pause. That was unusually direct of her. What do you mean? It's the 21st century, D. We've got cameras in every room. I suddenly remember Shreya. Her gazing up at the corner of the room, her dark eyes wide with fear. You were watching that whole time? She blinks. So you saw how I called for help. You saw him go into seizure because he wasn't given his medication? We don't know that. A lot of the trainees hate taking it. They'll put it under their tongue or... That's bullshit and you know it! These are your precious test subjects. Invaluable troves of medical data. If you wanted to, you could get a doctor in any room in this building in seconds. What are you suggesting? It's not a suggestion. You're punishing him for what happened during his graduate training. There's a long silence. The tension in the air twists my stomach in knots. She's choosing her next words very carefully. Tasting them in her mouth, rolling them around like a boiled sweet. Nostalgia laps set me for a moment, a warm pool at the back of my mind. Used to do this before research presentations, worrying the side of her cheek as she awaited my feedback. Maybe you're right. Does it matter, D? She doesn't look back. Excuse me? Does what matter to Pavel matter that much? Once he passes graduate training, he's got a stable career set out ahead of him. He won't want for food, housing, or guidance. Can't believe what I'm hearing. In exchange for his legs? His brain? His individuality? Individuality? What are you, a teenager? Everyone's gotta grow up sometime. I bite down my tongue. As much as I want to, cursing her won't get me anywhere. What's happening isn't complicated, D. Oh, hi, kitty. You've gotten too attached to your subject of research. You've lost sight of your objectivity. That's all. What about your fucking rat analogy, you son of a bitch? Happens to the best of us sometimes. Well, kitty's here. He's on my lap. Hello, kitty. Yeah, the person with middle school philosophy is telling other people to grow up. Yeah, exactly. Do some synchronized cat bettings to feel better. Mwah. Even you. She turned back to look at me, but she isn't seeing me. She's done talking. The feeling's mutual. Yeah, it's like we can't get to her. She's too far fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And not in the good way. Thank you for the follow, Domo. Welcome. Earlier in the day, I had printed out my case study. I had intended to go through it with a red pen. That night, I fed it to the shredder page by page.
Yes, welcome.
Months of work gone in moments. It was the best I'd felt in ages. Like, yeah, stick it to the man. October 1st, 27X. In a matter of minutes, I'm going to burn down my entire career. Maybe it's fitting that the planning reminded me of how I designed my first cybernetic hand, linking each step to the next like titanium phalanges. Words. While I filed documents, I studied the blind spots in the security. I learned where patrols didn't fit as often and where security cameras didn't cover the whole room. I participated in fire drills to search for evacuation routines so that I could avoid them. Fighting back against the YTDI's electronic security was almost easier. Stopping rebels and terrorists back in Stop's heyday had given me a healthy perspective on tech security. DNA signatures, like the ones attached to our keycards, could be spoofed. An electric lock was useless once you cut its power.
Kitty, what are you doing? You're being goofy.
As I went through every step, I expected someone to stop me. A guard who'd catch me leaving packages in a dark corner, or a lab tech who'd find the files I was taking out suspicious. But no one noticed. Even when I slipped into the security room to inject a virus into their systems, I told the staff I was doing an inspection.
Kitty, don't flop so hard. He's flopping. He's a pancake.
Help. They looked the other way. Maybe they live hand-to-mouth lives. Maybe they hate the YTDI as much as I do and don't want to see it burn to the ground. Yeah, Taffy's flop maxing right now. Well, the truth is I'm not interested in psychoanalyzing lower level staff. I have one job and I intend to see it through. Getting to Pavel will be simple. I'll enter his room through the small door in the back. No one will suspect me. They'll think I'm conducting another checkup. Alright, Katie, you're being too shitty. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye. It's another inane interview to pad out my case study. Escaping will be a much more complicated task. The security cameras are disabled, the safety alarms rewired, and the escape routes plotted. If things go pear-shaped, there's the pyrotechnics I set up ahead of time. But once I trigger the siren, I can't predict who or what'll get in the way. My heart's pounding feverishly. My brain's swirling with phases and countermeasures and backups.
Are you done with your fish, Kitty? I'll put it away.
No toy fish. I'm painfully aware of every step and every breath I take. Every breath you take. Because once I open the dorm room door, there's no going back. Still have a way out. Leave this behind and go back to my old life. Cut ties with Stop quickly. Retire quietly to a bucolic existence with honors and accolades to my name. Bury my regret and rage in the back of a well-tended flower bed. If I don't open this door, Pavel will continue suffering. He might not survive graduation. Even if he does, he'll become a nameless drone, a shell of a person marching through life, armed with clockwork thoughts and a plastic smile. I can't abandon him. Not to that. Pavel? I'm gonna come closer, okay? Dr. Idra? Now listen to me very carefully. I want to give you something.
Oh!
Wait, is that another snack? It's better. Oh. It's to switch to a bomb.
Pavel, do you want control?
Control over what?
Your future.
I've never really thought about my future.
Would you like to? You can take your time. I understand that I'm asking.
Yeah.
I do, Dr. Deidre. I want control.
Hell yeah.
Then take the switch and press this button. As soon as you do, you'll be free. Let's fucking go! Kaplooey! I take Papa by the hand and gently guide him out of the bed. As his legs clack against the tiles, he wobbles. Do you need help? I ask quietly. I have a lot of ground to cover and every second's crucial. But if he's in pain... It's okay, Pavel responds. Clearly takes some effort, but he grins up at me. What better way to get used to these legs than a prison break? I'll stretch. Quick one, though. Despite everything, I chuckle. Between the pulses of the siren, I can hear the hurried footsteps of staff and trainee rushing down the hallway. I take his hand and we walk through the door I came through. Neither of us look back. The back hall of the dormitory is empty. Oh no.
Why is my thing dropping? Ah, it's Twitch, isn't it? Dang it.
Of course, during the best part, my stuff starts dropping. I'm just gonna have to finish. I'm just gonna have to keep going. The back hall of the dormitory is empty. The alarm lights in the halls blink as an angry red as confused personnel jog past us on their way to the emergency stairwell. We walk it first. I try to keep my hammering heart under control as we round the hallway. We're still too visible. I can't help but imagine a security officer behind every door we pass. It's like, yeah, it looks like Twitch is exploding right now. But I gotta keep going. I squeeze Pavel's hand tighter and he squeezes it back. His steps are shaky. They shouldn't be. Those idiots in processing couldn't even be bothered to calibrate the motors right. But he's stable. In spite of everything he's been through, he keeps pace with me. Then I see it. Imposing door with a small blinking key reader beside it. An exit out of the dormitories. Freedom! Past it, there lay the operating facilities and engineering. Beyond that, the shipping and receiving bay, and further still, the garage door. Our way out. Normally, this part of the facility would be swarming with initiative personnel. But with the alarms I triggered, all of them should be evacuated to the opposite side of the building. I don't even swipe my card, the latch clicks open when I push it. Suddenly my steps are faster, my heartbeat louder, and before I know it, I'm running. Pavel trips on the first step and we nearly crash to each other before he cracks himself. But we run, hand in hand, past the operating rooms and the offices and the security door shutters, still without warning. Pavel legs buckle. Oh no! They crumple under him like wet paper, sending him spiraling. I fall to my knees beside him and struggle to hold him upright.
What's happening?
Pavel asks. I can't answer him. For some reason, the volume's not really loud. There we go. My eyes go to his legs. The lights are still on. The battery hasn't run out, but they're not responding to him. Like those heckin' dang legs. I can see him trying to move what's left of his legs and the cybernetics just won't react. My eyes fall on the stop logo as his ankle. I look up the shutter we just passed and the security camera blinking on beside it.
Shit!
I breathe.
Dr. Deidre?
I almost want to laugh even as my mounting panic threatens to overtake me. Anti-theft measures. They don't want anyone taking stop properly outside the building. I can hear yelling echoing. Where's Shiri? I don't know. I hear yelling echoing down the hallway we came through, distant but growing louder. They know where we are. What are we gonna do? Pavel asks, his voice wavering. Idra, don't want to find us. Sit still. Quickly, I move to detach his legs. I leave him on the ground, sweep him up into my arms, and bolt. He clings to me. His fingernails dig into my back through my clothes. His left arm dangles out of my grasp. He's light. Far lighter than he should be. As I run for the exit, I squeeze him as close to me as I can. A security shutter suddenly slams shut in front of me. I turn to pivot. But more come down over every door in the hallway, falling into place heavy as tombstones. Damn it! Damn it! I bite back a scream, trying to focus on facts. Security's at my back. I can hear them getting closer. I'm at boots on tile, heavy and hurried. With every second I sit here panicked and paralyzed, they stomp closer to us. I squeeze my eyes shut. I can feel cold steel gun barrels at my back. Cuffs, bindings, straitjackets, Pavel ripped away from my arms, disposed of as defective goods or reprogrammed into an ideal product. Can't bear that thought. I reach into my lab coat, pull out a second switch, and press it. Kaboom! Go! The explosions rip through the hall with a force unlike anything I've ever felt before. They tear through the shutter, blasting me with heat and smoke and debris that nicks my neck. I run right through it as more and more explosions go off through the facility. My hidden bombs going off like exothermic dominoes. A burst of red and blinding heat sears my right side, probably scattering shrapnel. I push through the train running fast as I can. My ears ring, my muscles scream, my throat stings, and there's this heat, gnash, and pain. Until finally... Ah! Just keep screaming! We reached the light. Freedom! Wow. I can't believe I actually made it. Pavel? I think we're... Pavel? Pavel. Oh god. Oh god, fuck. And that's how he lost his arm. Your arm, it's all...
Pavel, please. Speak to me.
Blue.
Blue!
What?
The sky. It's so... blue.
It's so blue. Yes.
I haven't seen it in so long.
You're hurting. Please don't push yourself. You're already bleeding so much.
Yeah.
But I'll live. 'Cause I'm no longer there.
Yeah, you made it. You're
I'm
okay.
free now, aren't I?
Yes. Yes.
Freedom! There's the hand! From the picture!
These guys looking at the time it took for the last message to show up. Yeah, unfortunately, we're very far behind. Because the frame rate keeps dropping, unfortunately. But we're done. So what I could just do is just let the end screen last a couple minutes to make up for it. But yeah, that was really good. And, yeah, unfortunately, there's... It's like, of course, Twitch decides to crap out at the end, but there's nothing I could do. Yeah, it's like, damn evil layer having explosives everywhere. Well, we put them there. But yeah, no, overall, that was really good. And I do look forward to seeing, hopefully, more from this cinematic universe. Because there's still Iris, there's still Shreya. So I'm sure we'll get more from these characters in the next one. I'm sure. And of course, literally after the credits end, the frame rates, the dropped frames rates stop, and I go back to normal. Of course, it's right when I fucking it's like, yeah, literally like the last like 5 minutes were fucked, but it's okay. Like I said, I'll let things sit after the stream to make up for it. We'll look over the developer notes really quick. Man, what can I say about the development of protoViolence? Once again, there was a super ambitious project I made for a game jam, and my very first spin-off of an original work. If you told me at the start of the year I'd put out 2 games related to Caution, well, Pavel here, and Dr. Danger, I would have never believed you, and yet here we are. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who worked on this project beside me. You're all incredibly talented people, and your efforts have led this game being as good as it is. I really could not have done this without you. Another massive thank you to you, the player, for picking up this visual novel and reading it. If you've already played Malviolence, I hope protoViolence whetted your appetite. Malviolence itself is pretty light on story. If you haven't, why not try it? I did. I'll go get some sushi. Thanks for playing. And then again, here's the comments from all the other people, and they drew art. It's cute. There's no puzzles. So yeah, no, I really look forward to what they have here. Yeah, so look at all this cute art. And yeah, like I did with the first game, I'll make sure to put everything in the description. Oh yeah, and I did find out that there was a scroll bar. I mentioned this at the beginning. I didn't know in the first game there was a scroll bar to mess with the volumes, because I didn't see it. So that was a goof on my part, but at least for this one I was able to see it, and I was able to adjust everything accordingly. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go find somebody to raid. It's like I'm watching my stream in another tab, and I'm gonna wait until we're like all caught up. It's like, from the looks of it, I'm like, it's like that drop caused me to lose a couple minutes. But it's okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Who do I raid? Yeah, it was something. At least the problem solved itself. I'll take what I can. Is he finishing? It's like, I'm trying to look for people to raid anyway, so. Yeah, Domo Jade Bun Bun, unfortunately we are indeed done. And I have like a 2-minute lag going on. You know what? We can just say hello anyway. Yeah, it's good to see you, Jade Bun Bun. Even if it was just at the end, I appreciate you coming. Alright. It's like everyone's probably seeing the thing right now, like, oh god, she's gonna do the raid now! It's like, no, just give it a minute. Alright, good night, everyone. Rest well. And, don't let children be experimented on. That's not good. That's not very nice. Don't let kids be bullied. Stand up for the children's. Good night.